All right, guys, using a little live trade example, we're looking at the Qs and NQ. We just got some durable goods data that came out, created a couple of algorithms prior to that, and we are sitting in a gap up right now, the Qs. So right now, we're looking for a move back down, and what's important about that is, as you see on the right side chart on NQ here on NinjaTrader, we have a open gap right here. So this gap right here, 17,690, should have a chance to fill today. So we're going to look for a little bit of an entry to walk it down there to gap fill. And right now we're hitting that 200 SMA. We're hitting yesterday's highs on SPY right here, closing that gap right now in that pre-market. We have a long time yet, but right now I'm going to start entering into the short here. So let's
order filled.
get in
Order
on this.
order filled.
So we'll start small here, about 4 or 5, and if it presses up into a lower high pattern where this drain into the 200 hits, has to come back up, maybe hit the 100 EMA or so, great. If not, that'll be the add point on any kind of lower high. If not, we're already in, so we can walk it down. Got a lot of points to the downside here, so we're just going to let this trade manifesto as it should. So right now, again, we're going to be watching for, let me put a little drawing here, I think. Let's put a horizontal line. Auto scale, locked data. Try to make one. There we go. So now we know where that fill is, coming up here right around 17,690. Now I might add up here a little bit. This might just be a really nice drain because we do have room, like we said, into the algo box. So if we use this algo right here, this is our box. These are our fibs, right? So high-low of the algorithm here on the 5-minute, and we're under the 0%. So as long as we maintain under 428 and 13 cents, we should be able to come back down to the golden pocket, and that will bring our target to fruition of the 17,690. These algorithms don't like to leave open these 1-minute opens here, so a lot of the times we call these on Twitter and forum groups, so on and so forth. We're just going to start small into this because we are obviously hitting that 200 SMA support. If it decides to just drain back out and go down, great, no big deal. But we just got to see how far. So let's give this thing a little bit of time to work out, and we should be just fine here. Yeah, that's the whole trade thesis. Right now, the VIX coming up with a nice cross as well. We have the 5-minute MAC cross. We're above in the top channel of the RSI, which means if you're looking at the 5-day, 5-minute RSI, the line is above the 50, above the halfway point. So a lot of the times you want to see that 50 RSI here stick above and get to that top channel. We have some room here. We are getting pretty extended that downside on VIX there. Last couple days as we called that top that VIX had when it was up into the +3 deviation 21 range, so on and so forth. So we do have lots of counting days coming by to the downside. So yeah, right now we're doing pretty good. We should get a little bit of a wash ski into this. We have one volume profile zone at like 17,700 tag here.
Order submitted.
And that could be a little bit of a
order submitted.
Retracel here. Just kind of let it work back and forth here, but
order filled.
Order filled.
There we go. I just filled some on my other platform. We're trading the real account here on NinjaTrader and then all the PA accounts here on the Trade08 platform to the next. So on and so forth, but covering some on the PA accounts because we have drawdowns on some of those smaller
order
ones.
filled.
Order filled.
There we go. And as we scooch into the nice green here, we should get the rest of the panic. I'm just going to leave this one on. Seemingly just to let her warp. Again, we would have had a really good add point if it would have bounced off the 200 a little bit, but generally speaking, with a gap magnet like this, the algos will let us come back down. And again, those Qs, like you said, we fibbed out the algo high-low here for that 5-minute, and the golden pocket is just going to be that perfect ending point right here above and below that 50 fib. So that's all we're waiting for, and we have room. And generally speaking, the NQ will go past a lot of the time that target of the gap, but we're just trying to get there. We don't need to go past it. We don't need to do anything too crazy to it. So we're getting our first little interaction with VWAP there in pre-market. So again, we got a couple little things holding us up. That's why I covered some of the PA counts. I said 17,700 would be a bounce point because we got some volume profile untested there. So I'm gonna wait for this to pop back up.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
Delete my past fill, and then I'm gonna slowly start getting into more shorts again here.
Order submitted.
On the PA
Order
side,
filled.
Order filled.
Because we did just bounce from that 97 all the way up to almost 07. So it's a pretty big move there. Yeah, so going to jump into a few more shorts right here, and then again, just that next little lower high right here, and just kind of work the in between like we like to do, and then let's get it back down to 70,690. Should be okay with that. Just letting her work at the moment. Letting her work. Again, just letting her walk down, try to pile into a few more shorts here. I don't know if I'll do any more ad points here. I want to see a little bit better of a bounce off that 70,700 area before I hop back into some. We have some really good MAC separation here as well. So again, if you look at the MAC, we got a good cross right here, and we are coming down off the histogram. We overhotted that 1 minute, or I'm sorry, 5 minute on the RSI. We bumped into the 10 SMA daily, which is that blue dash line there. And if you watched our last video, I wanted to see a little long up to 1778 and take a counter trend, but never made it overnight. Just kind of sat, did one little dip, got picked all the way back up, almost made it, and then stopped at that 10 SMA daily. And right now we're sitting on voluntary lows. So right now we got voluntary lows as big support. It'll probably utilize a little pop off that and then chase it back down there for that fill. You can't see that gap on the 5 minute chart. These algos usually only gap the 1 minute. Very rare that you'd get a 5 minute, but see if we can even see it on TOS here. There it is. They like to hide these little suckers. There we go. Let's mark it over there so we have that as well. So again, just letting her play out here. We grabbed a couple more over on the other side of the short there, but
order submit. Order filled.
Order filled.
Where I want to re-average in a little bit more there. I just scooped a bunch more contracts because I figured we'd get a panic out, and there's the panic
Order
out.
filled.
Order filled.
Awesome. So we're almost to target. 6 contracts on the PAs.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Order filled.
And there we go.
Order filled.
All filled. So that's another live trade example of chasing down a algorithm gap. And again, we can go a little bit farther than that. We made 2,560 on the PA accounts, and then that live trade one right there, just running one and done 1,625. So not too bad. Stay tuned for the next.